I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and today we're talking with Brian Pepin with Blue Haven Pools and Spas. How you doing, Brian?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Doing good, thank you. Today we're out at Rivertown Country Club location, the Rivertown subdivision in Mount Pleasant. It's an amazing site, and we're going to be talking about a new pool and spa that Blue Haven Pools and Spas installed here. But first, Brian, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about Blue Haven Pools and Spas?
Yeah, sure. Blue Haven Pools is affiliated with 65 other Blue Haven offices across the country. It's a national organization. But right here in Charleston, we build anything from your most economic pool to anything to your most extravagant custom vanishing edge to spillover spas, waterfalls, every such nature from there.
Gotcha. Okay. And this particular project, what are some of the major features of? Because first of all, I see it's an elevated pool. We're down here in the ground level, and just we're going to go take a close look at the pool in a second. But what are some of the features of this pool?
Well, the main feature that you obviously notice is the pool is elevated about 8 to 10 feet above grade. So some features that you see is we have a 3-sided negative edge here, where the actual water flows over the front but also comes down the sides as well. We've got an amazing basin here, which we call a negative edge trough that has a natural stone veneer. And we wanted to make sure that we had a beautiful waterfall coming off of that, so we made sure that we had the water actually sticking to the wall to create that natural rock waterfall instead of just a tile-faced type wall.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying the trickling, the sound of the trickling water. It's got that soothing effect that everyone loves.
Absolutely.
Well, good deal. Well, let's go upstairs and take a closer look at this amazing pool project. Okay, Brian, describe the situation here. This was an existing home. The home had already been built, and but all of what we're looking at here, the pool house, all the decking, the pool is all brand new. Tell us about that.
Yes, Tim. When we first arrived, we got with Carl McCants with MC3 Design, which is the actual architect of the job. Kind of came up with a beautiful pool and spa package with an outdoor pool house and entertainment living area as well. Brown Mehouse Construction constructed this beautiful outdoor living area along with a lot of the decking and so on. What we have here is a beautiful negative edge pool with a 360 spillover spa. A lot of spas that you see just have a traditional 2 to 3 foot spillway where the water enters to the pool. But this actually spills over all the way around. And as you saw before, we wanted to continue the natural stone waterfall on the spa as the same as we had on the negative edge fall down below. We also have a really elegant, what we call ice crackle glass tile that goes all the way around the pool. If you get up close to it, you can actually see it has little crackles in it, little cracks in the glass that kind of gives it a different type of look. The actual interior surface of this pool is a pebble interior surface, which has a far better warranty than any other type of pool surface in the market.
Pebble surface, that kind of makes me think it'd be a little bit rough on the feet. Is that the case?
No, it's actually the opposite. This particular pool surface is the least porous when it comes to pool interiors, and that's what makes a pool surface rough, is the amount of porousness of the actual surface itself. The other big feature this pool has is it's got what we call an MDX main drain debris trapping system, which basically means any leaves or debris that get into the pool get trapped inside the drains and get trapped inside of a canister that can be easily removed, instead of you actually having to go and net everything out yourself. The biggest thing we try to achieve when building these pools is to create the lowest maintenance possible for these homeowners. For example, this particular pool has a top-of-the-line automated easy care system with saltwater purification with the MDX drain system, like I had mentioned, and a fully automated control system that can actually be controlled by remote from inside the house as well.
That's great. That's great. Now, you mentioned before that the pool is elevated. So before we had this beautiful finished product, there was quite a bit of engineering involved to make sure that that you could raise the pool up and it would be supported correctly. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Tim. When we first arrived, it was basically a house with steps coming off of it. Then we wanted to get the house or the pool to the same elevation as that as well. So we actually had to bring our structural engineer in, do a lot of soil testing. And he actually engineered the entire structure to get and lift the pool to this first level of the house. A lot of footing work, a lot of block work to make sure that this pool is built to the top quality that it deserves.
Gotcha. Okay, so make sure that there isn't any settling or anything like that over time. You've got strong footers in place to support the weight of the pool and the water inside it.
Yeah, absolutely. We do not agree with under-engineering. We kind of over-engineer everything to guarantee and have the homeowners have that self-confidence that they're not going to have a problem later down the road.
Gotcha. Let's talk about some of the specific features of the pool. I'm noticing this beautiful coping that goes around the pool. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this coping itself, the homeowners wanted something that was very elegant and seamless. A lot of the travertine, which is what this is, you see, is cut into 12-inch or 24-inch pieces. When you do that, you have a lot of grout joints. We wanted to create as much of a non-grout joint surface as we can. So we actually, once the pool was shot in gunite and we had a concrete structure, we brought in and had the whole entire pool templated. And then what they do is they take those templates, take them back and cut the stone at a curvature to actually fit the pool exactly instead of having to cut individual pieces to fit the pool.
Right. So what you're talking about is you typically could have had small pieces like this of the travertine to create that radius effect, and in this case, we've got one full piece that is looks like about 4 feet or longer here, and then you've got another full piece on a radius of that travertine, and then on the straight lines, they're all about how long are those? At least 4 to 5 feet or so. Yeah.
Once we get to the ends, obviously we have to cut it to wherever that radius ends, but they range anywhere between 8 to 10 feet long, depending on how long of a stretch we have. And we also, a lot of times when we have this 360 Phillips spillover spa, a lot of companies will do a tile on this, and we wanted to create that same natural look as the coping, so we did the same exact stone actually as the weir cap on the entire spa, and as well on the actual negative edge weir as well.
And this is something that tell me about the process of creating the design for this, because you said there was an architect involved that designed the all of this space, the outdoor living area here, but when it came to the specific features of the pool, you sat down with the homeowners, and tell us about that process.
Yeah, obviously the architect comes up with a beautiful design, and it's our job to kind of critique that and make sure that the finished product that the homeowner sees on an everyday basis is exactly what they want. So we bring them into our showroom, which is in North Charleston, with 3 display pools where they can actually see the actual materials, the travertine, the stone, and they're able to make those selections right there in our office and not having to go to 5 different locations to see predominantly what's going to be on their pool.
And what kinds of questions do you typically ask a homeowner? Because sometimes all the homeowner sees are those sunny summer days and the kids enjoying and laying on a raft in the pool, soaking up the sun. But you know, when it came to this stone veneer on that we have on the spillway in the front of the pool and then around the spa here, was that something that the homeowners had the idea, the architect had the idea of, or was that something that you folks at Blue Haven suggested?
It was a real collaboration of everybody wanting to create the most natural type of look. So they come to us with those ideas that, you know, the architect gives us. Carl did a great job of giving us guidelines of what he would like to see, and it was our job to come up with those materials and show the homeowner what is available and what can work on a pool, because you can't just put any random stone on a pool, because there's a lot of corrosion and a lot of different things that can go wrong if you use the wrong stone. So they kind of leave it up to us to present the correct type of stone, travertine, interior surfaces that fits the pool the best.
And how deep is this pool?
This pool is 3 foot and it goes to 6 foot into the deep end.
Okay, great. And I walked around and I did not notice any pool equipment. Where is the pool equipment?
When you get into these real high-end pools like this, the last thing you want to do is have, you know, a set of equipment sitting in the middle of the yard, because as you saw below, this entire yard is landscaped and they wanted to keep that same type of look. So what we did is we actually took the pool equipment, and the deck that we're standing on right now is suspended and it's elevated just like the pool is. So we actually have the pool equipment is below the deck area. That way it keeps that as sight 100%.
Does that mean the homeowner has to go down the stairs and open up the door leading to underneath the deck and go underneath the deck to turn on all the equipment and so forth?
Absolutely not. Our 99% of our pools are all 100% automated. So they're actually able to monitor everything that goes on down there from inside the house. They can tell your water temperature, you can tell the spa temperature. That way you're not having to come out of the house and do the whole cold toe theory of seeing if the spa is at the temperature you want. All you have to look at is your handheld device, and it'll actually tell you what your temperature is. It'll let you know what lights are involved and what lights are on. This pool is equipped with an LED lighting system, which goes to many different colors. There is actual an LED lighting system in this basin that goes around this 360 spillover as well, that illuminates this water as it falls off the stone and goes into the pool.
I bet it's beautiful at night.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Brian, you mentioned before that there was an architect and a general contractor involved in building the deck and the pool house area here. But if a homeowner didn't have an architect, if they weren't working with the builder directly, but they wanted to create their own backyard oasis, how extensively involved could Blue Haven help a homeowner with something like that?
We deal with everything from dealing with a general contractor or an architect and building exactly what they say, or they'll come to us and a homeowner may just move down here from New York or Ohio and they want us to take care of everything. We've got a full design team on this particular job. Jeff Little was involved and helped with the architect to come up with, you know, a lot of the features on this pool. And what they would do is they would come to us and express to us what they're trying to achieve. We show them a ton of different pictures to give them a bunch of different ideas, and then we'll actually have a 3D software program where we then construct their house in three-dimensional, add the pool to it, anything else that they want to create. Then we show them what it would look like complete, without actually having to just show them multiple different pictures to get an idea of what it's going to look like. And then after that, if there's a full structure that needs to be involved, we've got a full set of general contractors and contractors that we deal with on a regular basis to be able to build any type of structure like this. If there is an architect that needs to get involved, let's say that a homeowner wants to add an addition onto their house and they want that architect to design that as well. We can then get him involved, that we deal with on an everyday basis, and come up with an entire concept, you know, for them.
Okay, so the good news is Blue Haven Pools and Spas is able to help homeowners if they had a blank slate like these homeowners did and said, you know, we want a pool, we want this, but we don't necessarily want to have a whole bunch of different contractors to deal with. Blue Haven can kind of take the lead on the whole project and create a complete backyard oasis that involves not just the pool but other features as well.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of the pools in projects that we build, a lot of homeowners haven't even moved down here yet, or the house may be in construction or whatnot. So we will actually just design everything. We will orchestrate everything together and actually be the GC on the job and have everybody work for us directly. And then that way the homeowner only has to answer to one person or express their feelings and contract with us directly.
And would I haven't mentioned the landscaping, but it is a beautifully landscaped yard. Is that something else that Blue Haven could help out with to coordinate all of the landscape design as well?
Absolutely. Actually, in our 3D rendering, we do a lot of conceptual drawings to show them what a good landscape package would be. And then if they particularly like that, we'll bring in our landscaper to give them the necessary quotes to be able to achieve what we've designed for them.
So you mentioned off camera that the project started in March 2011, and the homeowners really wanted to have everything complete by July 4th. And were you able to fulfill that?
Absolutely. And what a lot of people don't understand on this particular type of job, there's a lot of stuff that goes involved, from getting the HOA approvals to the city permitting to engineering, and then constructing this, but also working with the general contractors that built the elevated structure and making sure that everything goes seamlessly and the homeowner has 100% confidence in that who they have hired is the right decision that they made.
So it took about 4 months to construct, and you know, if they had started a little bit earlier, say in January, they, you know, with our mild temperatures down here, they could have been in the pool by May or so.
Absolutely. That's what a lot of times what we see is a lot of these jobs that are have a lot of design process. A lot of people like to start off a lot in the December, January, February months. That way, when you have a project like this that has a 3 to 4 month build time, it's ready to go when it starts to get to that 80, 90, 95 degrees.
So the message you have for homeowners is even if it's cold out, if we've got the colder months here in the Charleston area, don't wait till it starts to warm up. Start talking with Blue Haven Pools and Spas now, so that you know the project will be completed and you can maximize your pool season.
Yeah, absolutely. We just want to make sure that the homeowner gets everything, you know, that they are looking for in these particular jobs. And the last thing we want them to do is start in September and the pool is done in December, and then they have to wait 3 or 4 months to be able to use the pool. But we do it all the time. You know, we have plenty of projects that we start in over the winter months, and that way it gives the homeowners a chance to do the beautiful patio furnitures and any finishing off landscaping, and that way it's kind of blossomed and grown in when the season starts.
What about after the installation? What does Blue Haven Pools and Spas do in terms of, you know, there's pool chemistry involved that a homeowner has to quickly become familiar with, or maybe they don't want to deal with adding muriatic acid or salt to the system. What can Blue Haven Pools and Spas do after the installation for homeowners?
Well, what we try to do during the design process of the pool is to make this pool as easy as care as they possibly can. But if they do choose to, a lot of homeowners travel out of town for months at a time, and if they would like us to maintain the pool for them, we do have a full service part of the business where we can actually maintain their pool on a weekly and monthly basis for them. But right after the pool is constructed, we actually do a full orientation and walkthrough on the entire job. That way they feel 100% comfortable, where if they want to take care of it themselves, that they have the comfortability to be able to do that.
Brian, Blue Haven Pools and Spas here in the Charleston area is a family organization. Tell me about that.
It is. Like on this particular project, my own brother, which is our construction manager and operations manager, was in charge of the actual construction of the job, and works well with the general contractors, along with making sure the homeowner stays happy, and working with the architect and kind of wrapping everything together. So yeah, right here in Charleston, even though we are part of this 65 mega Blue Haven company across the United States, we are family ran, and we don't take it lightly that the next job is guaranteed.
Well, anything else you'd like to add about this project?
The biggest thing that I think that we would like people to know is that no matter what the size of the project is, from your vanishing edge pools to your just pool with concrete deck, we can handle any size to any cost, of a project. We have a full retail store in North Charleston as well. That way, if you do decide to take care of the pool on your own, you can come and purchase anything from us at a lot lower cost than you would from other local retail stores.
Terrific. Okay. Well, tell everyone how they can get in touch with Blue Haven Pools and Spas.
Well, there's multiple different ways. The easiest would be to call us at 843-552-6000, or you can go to our website at bluehaven.com. You can always come to our store in North Charleston off Peppermill Parkway, right next to the Volkswagen dealership. We've got 3 fully working display pools with paver decking, travertine decking, spillover spas, waterfalls, and 1 indoor pool to kind of give a nighttime type of look as well. Come in, take a look, and we'd be more than happy to come out to your house, show you what we can do for you, do a full 3D design for you at no cost, and kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at as far as budgetary numbers.
Okay, terrific. Well, we have been talking with Brian Pepin with Blue Haven Pools and Spas out here at the Rivertown subdivision in Mount Pleasant. A spectacular project, Brian. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.